Hey, Dr. Robinson here. I wanted to talk with you today about semaglutide, tirzepatide, and what everyone's really talking about right now, particularly about the side effects of muscle loss. And I'm one of the early adopters. We've been prescribing semaglutide and tirzepatide for almost 3 years now. So it was kind of early on in this whole craze. In the past year, you've heard even more about it. And now that more people are doing it, inevitably people are coming back into me that weren't necessarily seeing me initially and on it, going somewhere else and doing it. And they're losing muscle. And this is definitely one of those things that's true. It isn't always true though, and that just depends on how somebody's utilizing that particular tool. And I say they, meaning not just the patient, but then how is the doctor leading them with that particular medication. And you don't have to lose muscle. This is what I wanted to make sure I'm letting everybody know. You do not have to lose muscle while you're on any weight loss program, but particularly with semaglutide and tirzepatide, these GLP-1 agonists as they're called. But why are people losing muscle? It's pretty simple. They are using this particular tool. They're often going online. I'm starting to see quite a bit of that. Then online, they're saying, well, there's a doctor, there's some provider that's involved. They're not going to be involved in the same way as if you're actually having a relationship with a provider face to face. It's just going to be different. So you really want to make sure that you're going to go to see someone to use this particular tool that, by the way, I think is fantastic. To use this particular tool with a physician or with a provider that's going to be able to lead you through the process so you don't go into that trap of losing muscle, because it definitely can happen. But here's why it's happening. Again, they might not be led by a physician. They might not be led by a provider that really knows what they're doing. And then the other part is they're not really saying anything else beyond that. There's not a comprehensive approach to the actual fat loss that people are looking for and needing, and then still preserving the muscle. And so how do you preserve the muscle? Well, the first thing you got to do is you got to measure it. One of the things that we're using is the InBody. The InBody, I always say that NASA uses the InBody body composition technology. They didn't invent it. They just use it because it's super, super accurate. So you want to make sure what's going on with your body composition and where is your muscle now at the beginning of using this semaglutide or tirzepatide, and where is it along the way as you're using it and getting your fat loss and making sure you're not actually losing muscle. Then from there, in order to prevent losing the muscle, you've got to accurately know where your protein intake should be. Most people are not measuring it, so they have no idea. They're definitely having a really profound appetite suppression with the medication, and that's fantastic. But if they're not focusing on the protein, they're just not eating, or when they finally feel like kind of getting something in, they're focusing on carbs, you're going to lose muscle. The other part of it is what we do mostly with the approach of how we work with all of this is we're using hormone replacement therapy at the same time. And one of the best ways to preserve muscle is to make sure you've got testosterone levels that are adequate and optimized. If they are, then you can preserve muscle a little bit easier when you're doing, again, any type of weight loss program or fat loss program. So now we've got the hormone replacement therapy in tow. We're measuring what's going on. We're making sure we have the accurate amount of protein grams. And again, that's all measured through someone guiding you through and knowing exactly how to do that. And then from there, we can actually add on something called M-Sculpt. And that is a device that we've been using that actually helps increase muscle by just laying there. It's a device that creates a multitude of contractions in a very short period of time. You can spot treat this, so you can put it on your arms, you can put it on your abdomen, and not only get muscle building and preservation, but you can also get fat reduction right at the areas in which the device is placed. It's fantastic. So when you put that all together, now you actually have a real fat loss protocol. Most people are not coming in because they just simply want to be on semaglutide. You're not looking around and clicking because you just simply want to be on semaglutide or tirzepatide. You want to lose fat. That's what you're looking for. So again, using this tool is fantastic, and we want to do that, but we don't want to necessarily do it in the wrong way. So make sure you're physician-led, make sure you're considering hormone replacement therapy, particularly testosterone, and then consider the M-Sculpt as a comprehensive approach to where you can actually get where you want and need to be and where you deserve to be. Again, my name's Dr. John Robinson, and I look forward to hearing from you the next time.